All right! Hello, everybody! Hello, Skywraith. Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cool Steers. Last time, we went all around the festival doing just about everything we possibly could. But at last, all good things come to an end, and we have our final ticket to spend. I think I'm going to go play Mishy Panic with Toa. Hello to Thaka, welcome to the stream. So, what I was told is that reading Red Moon Rose in the evening would be... Hello, Door2, welcome to the stream. Would be far more appropriate music. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I get the quartz and shit, all of this stuff at nighttime. I also have to talk to people. Yeah, and I trade Red Moon Rose in at nighttime.
Right.
So, with that said, let's go spend a date with Toa. Thank you, by the way, Guppy Force, for that suggestion. I'm gonna go win Toa a prize.
Welcome to Mishy Panic. Your goal is to smack as many targets as humanly possible. Your highest goal is a fantastic prize. Let's see if Toa's up for it.
Being called Toa after meeting up these tickets to play Mishy Panic.
You know the rules by now. Well, that's points win a prize.
Look how well made this is. This year's set of anniversaries are just incredible. Our attractions last year were nowhere near this elaborate.
Nobody at this academy seems to do anything half-heartedly. It's kind of a weird question, but did you see Mishy for real while you were at the trade conference?
Oh my god, Rean's such a bean. I didn't actually. There was supposedly an event in town, but I was way too busy to go. I drove to buy Mishy plush as a souvenir, but then, well, you know what happens as well as anyone. Well,
I'm here to get that for you right now! Sorry to remind you. Tell you what, if I win this one, it's all yours.
yes!
Besides, the least I can do to pay you back for all you've done for me.
Are you sure? All the more reason to cheer you on.
Get ready then. Start smashing.
For Toa! I am the cold steel. Let's go.
$270. Yes, we got it.
All right!
That was incredible. Toa took a turn and Two's time Mishy Panic drew to a close.
It's been a long time coming, but here you go.
A perfect way to finish their date. Thanks, Rean. I'll be sure to take good care of it.
You're welcome. Mishy's kind of cute, isn't he? Not as cute as you, but I can see why people in Crossbow love him so much.
Yeah, with all the problems over there, a fun character like Mishy probably helps everyone relax. That's a lesson for you too, Rean. Everyone needs a little time to relax and take your mind off things. Okay?
This is one instance where you should take your own advice. You're just working yourself way too hard. I'd like to see you treat yourself for a change.
You mean it? Maybe you're right. It's a good lesson for the both of us then. Well, I'll see you later. Thanks for inviting me out. Unfortunately, I have work to get back to.
Bye for now.
Hello, Mirage. Welcome to the stream.
The first day of the Academy Festival is nearly over.
And with lovely reward.
Thank you for coming today, everyone. I hope you'll join us for our second day of festivities.
We got to hear Toa's voice.
And for all of you prepping tonight for tomorrow's attractions, good luck. And try not to overexert yourselves.
So that's day 1 over already. That went by really quickly. I should go meet up with everyone.
As the day drew to a close, Class 7 gathered in the auditorium to give their instruments and costumes one final check. After they were satisfied everything was ready for the big show, they returned to the dormitory together. That was so much fun! I wish we could have a festival every week. That might make things a bit too lively around here. But it'd be better than classes and homework.
Personally, I was surprised by the variety of different attractions.
There was so much to take in.
Hello, Hoshi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the other classes have really put together some impressive events. We're gonna have to make extra sure we measure up with our concert. Indeed, nothing less than our best will cut it tomorrow. What the fuck? The time has come. Is he like resonating with what's happening in Crossbow?
Nothing bad's gonna happen. Nothing at all. Huh? No world-shattering events will happen. No giant disasters. Everything's coming up, Rean.
What's wrong, Rean?
You look startled. Nothing. I think. But I could swear I heard someone calling me just now.
Wait, was that Kia? That might have been Kia, actually.
Must have been my imagination. Do. I have a date with a good book. Huh? Did you blow all those free tickets cuddling up with the cuties in Stella Garden? Man, maybe one of them's all smitten, chasing after you like, Rean, baby, here's my number. Call me anytime, day or night. Yeah, I don't think it was that. Anyway, what do you think about one last meeting after dinner tonight? I'd like to discuss the details of our third song a little more.
Third song? Sounds sensible enough to me. Okay, let's roll. I thought they just had 2. Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Crow said they were gonna put on an extra song. I guess Rean will sing. Uh-oh. Time's going way too fast. Time's going way too fast. Oh, some kind of second level hyper resonance going on inside the old schoolhouse. Oh, Vita Clotilde's Boyd. She's here. And her witchy ways. How ominous.
Thank you for everything.
Hey, completed all quests, was extracurricular and doing field studies. Woo! Hell yeah. Nice. I think that's max BP. AP, I should say. Perfect. Yeah, the final song fits perfectly.
I'll bet it'll be quite a surprise for our audience, too. That will be the biggest surprise they've ever had in the entire day. Maybe their whole lives.
See, what did I tell you? Well, one doesn't typically attend concerts expecting a deception.
They'll never see it coming. I see no harm in a little unpredictability. After all the festival planning, I think people will appreciate something that wasn't part of the program. I'm guessing shit will hit the fan literally right after they finish the song.
Now that we got that settled, it all comes down to how much we can pump up the crowd. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
Well, we've done just about everything we can do. We'll just have to play our hearts and let our fates decide the rest.
This is gonna be so much fun! Huh? Is something wrong, Emma? You don't look so hot. Ooh, Emma is aware of Vita Clotilde here. Is she gonna do something at the festival? Huh. Why would she randomly do that, though? Like, what purpose would it serve? Oh, wait a minute. Is the old schoolhouse related to witches? It probably is. You're not starting to feel sick, are you? No, I'm feeling fine. I was just thinking about the latest news I heard about Crossbell.
Oh, yes, there's that crazy rumor going around.
You're talking about the one involving the International Bank of Crossbell, right? Apparently they've frozen all access to their foreign accounts. On top of that, you got the bank's CEO, Dieter Croix, serving as one of Crossbell's two heads of state. He won the mayoral election a few months ago, but even in political office, he stayed on as head of the IBC. I actually met him in person once.
Wow, really?
Yeah, not on my own though. I was with my mother. The IBC is a long-standing business partner of the Rean company. They act as an intermediary for the Orbital network. And Arcus projects, actually. But he never seemed like the kind of person who'd do anything this extreme. If the IBC really has frozen the bank's international assets. Hello, Roxas, welcome to the stream. It's going to cause chaos across the entire continent, not just Terrabonia. Could lead to a depression. A pretty big one, too.
Some of my family's assets has been hit by the IBC's freeze as well.
I just don't get it. If they push their luck too hard with the Empire of the Republic, there won't be a Crossbell state for much longer.
Whether they're doing all this accepting that could happen, or I got something else in mind.
With all this going on,
Oh God, that's right. Shit, is he actually gonna? Is he actually gonna die in Gorelia Fortress? It really seems like they're setting that up so that, like, there would be some kind of emotional impact to the loss of Gorelia Fortress. Oh shit. Nightheart. It really feels like they're setting that up.
With all this going on, are your families really going to be able to make it tomorrow? Got a lot of VIP parents in the class are supposed to show up, right? That's true. It might be rather difficult for them to make it. Given he's on the board of directors, I was expecting my dad to at least make an appearance, even if he couldn't stay.
Yeah, I don't think my sister will have any trouble making it, but I'm not so sure about my dad now. Same situation here. My grandfather should be able to make it no problem, but my mother...
My only family member will be visiting is my younger brother.
Yeah, only my sister will be coming, so nothing to worry about there. Eustace and Laura, you both got family coming too, right?
Right, but considering my father's current position, whether he makes it or not depends on more or less on chance and circumstance.
I can't really hazard a guess as to whether my brother will be able to make it. Ordinarily has a reasonable degree of freedom, but with all that's been going on, he's been quite a busy man.
You can save yourself some chronic hand-wringing. I've just been informed that all of them will be able to make it. And therefore all of them will be safe.
Instructor?
Is that true? Sure is. They all called the Academy about it earlier today, in fact. Situation in Crossville isn't so dire that it's going to have an immediate impact here in the Empire. So they decided that the best thing to do is just attend as planned. Show everyone it's still business as usual.
Well, that's certainly something.
I'm actually a bit relieved to hear that. Anyway, never mind that. You got your big day tomorrow, so you'll be ready to tear it up on stage. Class 1's got that operetta they're doing, right? I snuck a peek at their rehearsal earlier, and the amount of effort they're putting into the whole production is almost scary.
Wait.
They're rehearsing today too? It looks like they went straight to the principal to ask for permission, and he made a special exception for them. I figured they'd just coast along in their family pedigrees, but they're putting their hearts and souls into this. Whatever you guys said, you must have really lit a fire under them.
Oh, crap!
What should we do?
Maybe we should have one more rehearsal, just in case. Nah, we put in plenty of time. We're as good as we're gonna be for this performance.
That's unusual for Crow to say. Oh, hold on, you guys, 1 second. I just want to get a bit of honey for my throat. Right, of course, yes. That is a very unusual thing for Crow to say. Like, he's been so gung-ho about this practice.
Any more rehearsing would just be redundant.
I suppose you're right. If we whip ourselves into a panic and just rehearse until we drop, we might actually be more likely to screw up. You make a good point. In the cross, getting good rest before a big match makes a huge difference. I guess it may be simply best to simply rest for tonight then. We'll need every bit of our strength tomorrow.
Yeah, we've done all the work we can. Sure, a good wind will blow on us.
I'm impressed. You guys are a lot calmer than I thought you'd be. And here I was, all ready to lecture you. You seriously suggested rehearsing at this time of night.
Instructor.
We wouldn't have even thought to do it if you hadn't come barging in here trying to scare us by telling us about Class 1. She's just sulking because she feels left out. Hello, Rohirlin, welcome to the stream. That's a dirty line, you know it. Hey, what's that ominous bell tolling? Why are they ringing the bell this late?
Hold up. It's not the school's bell.
Oh.
Can't remember ever hearing one like that around here before. Now that you mention it, it did sound different from the bell we normally hear.
Oh, it's the old schoolhouse bell. Wait. No, it couldn't be. Oh crap, do we have a dungeon? A secret floor 8 in the old schoolhouse.
It's like the bell we heard at Lohengrin Castle, isn't it? It is the same sound, I'm sure of it. That's impossible. And yet...
What? What's going on, you guys? Lohengrin is that old castle in Legram, isn't it? Yeah, the one you told us that ghost story about. It seems like things just took a turn for the strange. And I have a feeling I know where this lonesome bell is tolling from. Hello, Ice Cream, welcome to the stream. Come with me if you're curious. Oh wait, no, is it the schoolhouse itself? Okay, it's the regular school bell. Oh no, it's not. Okay, I thought it was because they were looking up at it. Yeah, I didn't figure it'd be the main building's bell. Wait, that would mean... Oh yeah, it's resonating with the cross bells. Bells. So does it have the same origin then? But it definitely has to do with witches. I knew it.
Let's go take a closer look.
And yeah, Class 1 is rehearsing now.
What's going on?
Where are they off to at this hour? And where's that ominous bell tolling coming from? Hello, Willen, welcome to the stream.
Barriers!
Two is here! Oh my god. Lloyd would absolutely freak.
What is this?
It's a barrier. The archenemy of all freedom and justice.
Seems like there's some kind of force field. No idea what's powering it though.
No, George, it's a barrier.
Oh my! There's something very strange about this. Very strange indeed.
Gee, Instructor Thomas, I wonder why you're here. Do you possibly have anything to do with this? Or, I wonder, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky dude with glasses who stayed in the background and is intellectual?
This academy may have been founded by Emperor Dreikels, but this particular building dates back long before even his time, I believe.
Principal Van Dyke, what are you all doing here?
Rean?
Ah, and Sarah's with you too.
So, you've come.
What's going on here?
I'm sure you heard the tolling of the bell earlier. Apparently, as soon as that started, this barrier appeared.
Yes, he said it! He fucking said it. Thank you, Principal Van Dyke. Thank
We've
you.
had several students testify that was the case at any rate.
Looks like it's covering the entire building.
I tried the direct approach and hit it with a hammer, but it just absorbed the impact.
Wow.
So it's some sort of field that negates any physical force applied to it?
We've known from the beginning that this building was one big mystery, but it seems we didn't realize just how big.
Want me to call out Lammy and have him smash through?
Oh, you bet, Milliam. I could just slam it down through. Llama jabba slammer.
Don't bother. It'd just be a repeat of what happened in Lohengrin Castle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Sorry, users.
Yeah, nothing we tried could even scratch that barrier. And this one seems a lot like it.
Gather the staff for an emergency meeting. I'm afraid we'll have to prepare for the worst.
Yes, sir.
I suppose we have no other recourse at this point.
Toa, going forward, let's assume that the second day of the festival and all related events will need to be cancelled.
Oh, fuck berries.
George, I'd like you to gather your equipment and keep a close watch on this area.
Yes, sir.
Understood. Wait! Are you really going to cancel the festival?
Under these circumstances, there's not much else we can do. If the building is still like this tomorrow morning, there's no way we can let visitors onto the campus.
We have no idea what's happening in there either. The risk of danger is too great.
I think we're gonna have to go inside and fight a boss.
It's possible we might need to evacuate the academy. Or even all of Trista.
No way. Damn it, is that our only option?
I guess from a risk management point of view, that's the only sensible course of action, but...
Over the past month, we've poured everything we have into getting ready for this festival. Maybe we wanted to prove we could put on just as good a show as the other classes. Maybe we wanted to impress our families. Maybe it's just that being with friends and working to make something great is its own reward.
Rean!
Yeah.
That's all just secondary right now. What's really important is our chance to leave a legacy here. To do something new classes might look at and aspire to. Winning or losing, that doesn't really matter in the end.
Yep, main character speech time.
And it doesn't ultimately matter whether our show is a smash hit or totally tanks. Because what we worked for isn't fame or bragging rights. We worked to put on the best damn festival we could. So all I'm asking for is a chance to see that through. That's not too much to ask, is it?
Oh.
He's right, you know?
I'm with Rean on this too.
Perhaps the best we can put forth will amount to nothing in the end.
But even if it does, as long as we have a chance to do something about it, we won't just take this line down.
Yeah, we spent way too long practicing to just throw it all away. Besides, it'd be super lame if we missed a chance to strut our stuff!
Since the beginning of the year, it's been our class's responsibility to investigate the old schoolhouse.
That's right. And it just so happens that we haven't made our monthly visit yet.
Emma, are you gonna finally do something?
You guys are actually serious.
I think we're finally gonna get the Emma reveal now. It really feels like it.
Sure looks that way. Man, hearing you guys so fired up brings a little tear to my eye.
Well, I certainly admire your spirit, but spirit alone won't be enough to get you past this barrier.
Barriers! No, I failed.
I just heard someone in Crosspell scream out loud. Huh. I wonder what that could be.
Oh! Rean, what's that light?
This guy's gonna open his fucking eyes, take off his glasses, and like push his hair back. And we're gonna get like the main boss. He's gonna be revealed to be a fucking Ouroboros, fucking whatever, and Grease. I fucking know it.
Huh? What is this?
His ornament.
It's coming from your Arcus pouch.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, seriously.
It looks like the quartz is shining.
Ah, resonance.
What's happening?
That's gonna open the barrier.
Now all of our Arcus units are glowing.
What's going on?
I doubt it's mere coincidence that this light is the same hue as the barrier.
You know, this actually reminds me of our very first day in the old schoolhouse. Indeed. We were all connected together through our Arcus combat links.
It does seem similar.
Mine's doing it too.
Wow, really? He wasn't even there that day.
Ooh, this is so neato!
And neither was Million. Uh-oh.
The time has come.
Oh, shit! What is his robot voice?
Now reveal.
Okay, so it's not Kia. Reveal the barrier.
Rean? Rean!
Oh, shit. Yeah, pushing that against it will probably make a hole in the barrier.
Are you okay?
It almost looks like he's causing a sympathetic resonance with the field.
Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting. It's an invitation. Like I and the rest of Class 7 are being called in.
Like, what is the whole... even, like, purpose behind this building? I mean, in story. I wonder why Sarah doesn't get to go in.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, sir. I guess they ended up taking after their teacher a little too much.
Then you've been a fine instructor. I stand impressed with your students. Besides, making the choices that define you is part of growing up.
That is true.
It's currently 1940 hours. I'll permit you until 00 hours to conduct your investigation. Any later, and you won't get enough sleep to put on a rousing concert after all.
Sir.
Then we can...
You deserve the chance to earn that legacy you were talking about. To leave a light for those who'll come after. Go on. I'm not gonna chide you for being rash. Not this time, anyway.
And may the goddess guide your steps.
Yeah, I wonder why you're here. The least important character, quote unquote, who's here. Like, we have all these main important characters, and then there's you, Instructor Thomas. Huh? Huh?
Don't forget, too, that discretion is the better part of valor. Retreating isn't always a cowardly option.
Instructor Sarah. Instructor Thomas.
Right.
Understood.
Be careful in there, everyone. We'll do whatever we can out here to back you up.
I'll leave the engineering building open for the night, so come on over if you need to use the facilities there. I'll go ask the shops in the cafeteria to keep the lights on for you, too.
Thank you. All of you.
We're counting on you.
All right, let's go.
All right. Hello, Fistolas. Welcome to the stream. The old schoolhouse looks completely normal yesterday. What happened?
Currents are windy and feel strange somehow. A lot like they did in Lohengrin Castle, actually.
Indeed. I can sense a welling up of spiritual energy, too. Lohengrin was that castle you guys got trapped in when you visited Legram, right? It was. Though this doesn't seem to be quite the same phenomenon we encountered there. I'm scared. There aren't gonna be any ghosts coming at us, are there? I hate jump scares. Something's different in here, too.
In the elevator hall. Might as well go take a look.
Oh, damn. One of your favorite dungeons in the series? I was expecting some NPC rounds and reading the book today. I might very well have to change the stream title. God damn.
Look, the elevator is glowing with that same light.
Hello, Nagitona. Yeah, we'll see what it's like. I just updated the chest messages, too. Almost like it's trying to guide us. There's something different about the console, too. Ultimate Secret Floor 7. Of course. So there is a 7th floor. I knew there would be a 7th floor for Class 7.
I knew that the 6th floor couldn't possibly be the last. 6 is such a weird number to end on. My guess is that the 7th floor holds the key to answering all the questions we have about this place. Well, shall we see what lies beyond? Right. Time to find out what dark tales await us down here.
Okay, so we can't go back up. Oh, shit. Hello, Kalok. Welcome to the stream.
Is this?
Glowing cogs? We've seen some strange stuff in this schoolhouse since we started coming here, but I think this takes the cake.
Confirming release of the 6th lock.
Jesus Christ.
Potential awakener detected.
What the fuck is Awakener? Is that Rean's chosen one status?
The time has come. Commencing the 2nd trial.
Oh, so we're going right into it. Yeah. Evil Eye Vortex of Death.
This looks the same as the red door we found on the 4th floor, but...
Oh my god, this voice sounds exactly like the giant robot at the end of Sky Remake. It's gonna be another giant robot, isn't it? This was made by the ancient Sumerians, I bet.
It seems like there's an even bigger surprise behind this one.
I'm very curious about this sixth lock and second trial business. Do you think the locks refer to each of the floors we've cleared so far?
I mean, I'd be surprised if they weren't.
What's a potential awakener? Is it talking about one of us?
Yeah, that's probably Rean's Super Saiyan bullshit.
I can scarcely venture a guess. But what seems certain is that we're here tonight because we were meant to be here.
Yeah.
Rean?
Are you okay?
It's the mark on your chest, isn't it?
Emma,
It is.
are you gonna spill the lore or not?
But how do you...
Call it intuition.
Celine, talk. Oh, Emma, I think it's time for Emma to be lore master here.
I think it should already be quite apparent, but we're headed somewhere no living eyes have seen. Are you sure you're all prepared?
Emma?
Well, well. You certainly seem to be in the know about all of this.
Yep, finally time.
And how long has Celine been here?
Celine, come on, I know you can talk. You're just like Zeit, aren't you? You're the fucking guardian beast of Erebonia. I bet. You're gonna turn into like a giant panther thing, aren't you?
Back at the start of the year, I know we all had our doubts. We've made it this far. Because we've accepted each other for who we are. And I think being part of Class 7 is a big part of that. Even if the world were to stand against us, we'd have each other. The challenges we face together.
Rean.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
On my first day with Class 7, I was sitting in a room full of strangers. Now I know I'm standing among friends.
That's Laura, cutting right to the heart of it.
Yeah, I don't ever recall accepting him.
You guys doing your friggin' old toxic yaoi bit.
I could say the same about you.
Classic.
Some things never change, do they?
Honestly, if they ever stop bickering, I'd probably miss it. It's just one of those things that makes us what we are.
Aw, you guys have a good thing going. Wish I was a part of it.
You totally are, Milliam.
You said it, Short Stack. Don't know that there's much of a place for a slackadaisical second year either.
You guys are
Talk is
too.
that? You two belong here just as much as the rest of us. And I think you'll have to agree, Emma. Class 7 is the best there is.
Hell yeah.
Well said.
Emma, come on, tell us your like witch title or whatever.
I may not always show much in the way of class spirit, but I'm confident Class 7 is the finest Erebonia has to offer.
Then what are we waiting for? No one might ever know what we do here tonight. We're not doing this to prove to others how great we are. We're doing it to prove it to ourselves. To face down our fear, conquer it, and earn the answers we deserve.
Rean.
Emma.
Right. I won't try to dissuade you.
Damn, the fucking evil eye cloud of death. You're not gonna say who you are? Or are you?
Let's go earn our chance to leave our mark on this academy.
God damn it, Emma. This was the perfect opportunity.
Yeah!
Okay, so there's no choice about it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Are we in Gehenna? Are we inside the fucking Rubik's Cube? Realm of the Great Shadow? What the?
Whoa.
I expected to see something that defied explanation. This is beyond imagination.
Still, this trial is ours to overcome. And overcome it we shall.
Yeah, you're right. So, how about it, Rean? Any words of wisdom from our fearless leader?
Huh? What do you want me to say?
I already gave my main character speech.
Whatever you want, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think anything can top the Libra arc.
Gotta have a little pep talk before we begin the mission.
Yep. Just think of it as another of our old schoolhouse adventures.
Like, especially in the remake, when we're gonna have quality of life and like being able to fast travel back to the Arcee to swap characters.
Let's do this, boss man.
Just don't say anything you might regret later.
You guys aren't making this any easier. All right, Class 7. Our mission is to explore the 7th floor of the old schoolhouse and find a way to return the building to normal. Are you ready to give this everything you've got?
Green's S-Class Flame Slash. Azure Flame Slash. Ooh. Oh, Emma is required. Well, that's fine, because Emma's goated anyway. Let's see. Obviously Laura. Let's see. Oh my god, the music is insane. I want Elisa for him. I think having 2 supports is the way to go. With how like enemy DPS in the game works. I want Milliam here just for the sake of it. And Magias. Or should I have Elliot on backup? I don't know. God damn it. All right, time to orbitize everybody for 5 hours. Oh my god. Emma, why don't you have any quartz? Jesus Christ. Why does Emma have fire? Oh yeah, Hellfire gives arts. Okay. Oh wow, that's something. You know what? Let me put the... Here, let me give that. And let me give this to her. God, you have so many quartz in this game. Hello, Frank Leo. We were actually thrust into the final dungeon. Accidentally. Somehow. Hello, doors. Wait, what? Wait, what are you guys saying? Wait, it's locked? Wait, doesn't this count as a time period? Wait, but on my guide it says there's stuff to do, people to talk to in the nighttime. After I finish the dungeon, I can't read it? Wait, so... This is so weird. We can access the town. Wow, that's mean. That is mean. Holy shit. That is mean. Oh my god, that is so mean of the game. So we could actually talk to people now. That is so mean that this counts as a time period where we can talk to people.
Suddenly, as if from the heavens, a mysterious barrier surrounds the old schoolhouse. How exciting. Just what could have caused this, I wonder, as if I don't know. May the goddess be with you all.
Hello, Natalie. Welcome to the stream.
And don't forget to tell me all about what you find in there.
This turn of events may very well be the old schoolhouse's final trial. If that's the case, then the source of everything that's taken place until now should be waiting at the very bottom. There's no telling us what will happen. Please take the utmost care while inside.
Don't do anything risky in there. George opened up the engineering building for you, so make sure you're totally ready before you go in. I think the Academy shop might have some new equipment too. Promise me you'll make it back here safely. Okay?
Anything for you, Toa.
Just remember, you got permission to be in there until midnight on the dot. Make sure you're all back by then. You know what? As long as you understand, I'm not going to tell you off for being a little outspoken this time. You've all grown a lot since you first came to the Academy. So whatever's in there, give it everything you got.
Will do, instructor.
I can't believe that this counts as a fucking time period. Jesus Christ. I guess we'll read it now.
Oh, hold on a sec. Is that a chunk of Zamorian ore you got there? You mean this smashed up thing?
Oh, ultimate weapon.
Oh man, it really is.
And we wouldn't have had this if we didn't leave. Wow. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the stream.
That stone's basically super hard metal from a long time ago. I'd be able to modify your weapons into something insanely strong with one of them. As in, think of the strongest weapon you've ever used and think everything's stronger.
Really? Even one weapon that was strong would be incredibly helpful, but...
You said this was an ancient metal. You sure you can use it? No sweat. This once famous orbital scientist figured out how to refine them not too long ago. I've read everything is published on the subject, so I should be golden. Got the materials, I got the equipment to make the magic app. Even if you only have fragments, I can put them to use once you get collect enough.
You're quite the engineer. I'm sure they'd be invaluable in exploring the old schoolhouse.
We'll go through the usual customization process once you're all ready. Just think carefully before you commit. You're not going to find stones like these every day.
We will. We're counting on you to make these weapons great.
Byakuya. Kuchiki. Wait, where do we get these other fucking weapons then? Okay, so we can only make one. I guess I have to do this first. Wait, where the fuck do we get these other weapons? Oh my god. So I guess, yeah, we'll... This sword is worse than the one I have. Jeez. Oh, there it is, Yako. And it really tanks my agility. Are you fucking shitting me right now? And I can't, I guess I have to exchange, you know what? I'm not gonna use my other Sepith. I guess it's time to finally exchange that. Jesus Christ. It's the slight remnants of this stupid cold. Gaylock, don't worry about it. We're probably not gonna go in the old schoolhouse. Or we might do a bit of it, depending on how long it takes to read Red Moon Rose. And we're gonna have to talk to everybody. God, these things are so expensive. Oh, this is what she already has equipped. Wait, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Why would I give Emma something that lowers her arts? Here we go. Now that's good for Laura. My God, the prices are outrageous. Seriously, the prices are absolutely outrageous. Yeah, Machias already has his best gun. Let's see. Like, why would I give Eustace something that lowers his stats? Fee already has her best sword. I guess I'll get it for Gaius. There we go.
I guess kind of lucky that I was getting things set up for tomorrow. What's with that ominous spell tolling, though? Did the Rean building spell break or something?
I haven't got a clue what's going on. They asked me to open the cafeteria again. I'll get ready tomorrow anyway, so it's not a big deal. Now I'm here. You may holler if you want to order anything.
What's that bell ringing at this hour? I gotta get everything set up for tomorrow. I can't concentrate with all this racket. Oh, at this rate, the food is all gonna be raw.
Can't sense anyone on the higher floors. Head to the old schoolhouse.
Okay, so they're cutting you off from some things. Alright, let's see what's open. Okay, there's some people. Not too many, but some. Situation seems to have taken a dangerous turn. I'll be waiting right here. If anything happens, just come straight back. I have absolute trust in Class 7's ability to handle the situation. Who else is here? Oh, it's you.
Now to get in contact with those in Trista? Do not concern yourself with my activities. Ours is a military academy with a rich history. A minor event such as this could hardly be cause for a panic.
Really? Okay. And just a janitor. I wonder if anyone's on the upper floors at all.
I'm trying to make sure the school's prepared for anything that could happen. It's rotten luck that this happened had happened right in the middle of the festival.
Ooh, there is someone in the music room. I mean, the art room. Or is that the cooking room? Yeah, it's the cooking room. Margaret, what are you doing here?
What's the cause of all the ruckus outside?
Oh, hey! It's Margarita! What's up to you, Margarita?
Did the sugaries that not tip you off? I'm in the middle of cooking up some delicious treats for tomorrow. Even the most sheepish of darlings will be head over heels in love with me the moment they touches their lips. No man alive could resist my feminine wiles once they've had the taste of Margarita's love sweets. I guess she either doesn't know or doesn't care about what's happening in the old schoolhouse.
Huh? Well, they do say love is blind.
Huh? They're just off somehow. They're delicious as is. I feel if I need a special twist. One incredible idea to make them even more delectable. Perhaps again the variety of recipes will let me realize what they need. Oh my, oh my! Would you mind showing me that recipe book of yours?
Oh! Is this a reward for having a complete recipe book?
You mean this? Yes, I do!
Tore the recipe book from your hands.
What? Incredible. I've never seen a recipe book this full. Ah!
Are you okay?
I'm better than okay. I figured it out. I knew what my treats were missing. All I need to do is take these ideas, mix them all up with my overflowing libido, and throw it in the cooking pot.
Oh my god. Gross.
I've finally done it. My latest and greatest confectionery achievement is here. They're enticingly sweet, but cut by a slap of bitterness. It took some work. I've finally done it. My miracle love sweets are now complete. Smell.
That reeks! A dime fell into the pot. Well, I'm happy you were able to finish them, at least.
And it's all thanks to Rean and his recipe book. I would offer you a little taste as thanks, but there aren't many I have potential husbands to woo. He said to be patient and wait until next time. I feel like I've been handed a stay of execution. How about this instead? Well, it pales in comparison to my wonderful treats. It might suffice.
Hey! Master quartz. Is this a master quartz?
Where'd you even get something like this? My father gave it to me when I returned home for the summer. He saw it when he was out antique shopping and snapped it up with a second thought. It's quite the enigma, apparently. No one even knows where it was made.
Huh. That's pretty fascinating. Regardless of its origins, this Master Quartz holds a great deal of power. It could be very useful to us.
In that case, we should take her up on her offer.
I thought I did. We can actually go into Trista. Damn it, this thing is level 4, right? Give it to Emma? Okay.
It's my turn.
Right.
I can do this.
I've got this.
Alright, we can't go inside the gymnasium. Nobody's at the field. Oh yeah, we can go in the auditorium. Oh, we can't. Okay. And believe it or not, we can actually go into Trista for some reason. I've made sure that everyone in the upper class is taking shelter within the dormitory. What could be behind all this? I once did mention something about the old schoolhouse shining. And all the upper class students are here. Where's that sound coming from? Definitely not a school bell I've heard. Favorite Doors NPC? Oh god. What a question. I mean, aside from Toa? You mean... You mean aside from Toa? Oh my god. I'm wiped out everything that's happened today. I'm way too curious to try to sleep. No, Patrick should be with Elise. Patrick really needs to have Elise. Will the festival be cancelled over this? If so, what of our performances?
I heard that your class will be investigating whatever's going on here. But don't forget, tomorrow's the day our class has finally settled the score. It'll be even less of a competition if anything should happen to you. Tonight, and I will not accept any excuses, Parker. I guess this is about as close as Patrick's ego will let him get to encouragement. No one could have expected things would turn out like this. Please, leave these students to me. I shall protect every one of them, even if it costs me my life.
Principal Van Dyke tells us to ensure that all students stay in their dorms. Everyone seems so anxious about the goings-on in the old schoolhouse. It's times like these when we instructors need to maintain our composure to keep everyone else level-headed and ease. You seem rather disconcerted, Master Vincent. Whatever may be the issue?
I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that being chased around by that monster all day has come to take its toll on me. I have the sound of a bell that does not exist trapped within my head. Oh, how lamentable.
It's a real bell, dude. It appears as though an incident has occurred on campus. Please take care. What? Oh my god. God damn it. I actually thought they were going to let us do it too.
What's with this noise? Something big going down?
Oh, and I've heard talking to Beryl here will hand in Red Moon Rose. Where is Beryl, though? I don't see her. What's going on? I was about to fall into a food coma, but the noise woke me right up. I can't even see since they told us to stay in the dorms.
Instructors in Class 7 are on flip figuring out what's going on as we speak. No telling what could happen, so just stay calm and stay inside. No matter what, don't go anywhere on your own. Remember the buddy system. Buddy system!
Oh, there she is. Okay, I see her. She's blending in. She's really camouflaged here. My God. I've heard lots of... God damn it. My cold is still preventing me from doing the really high voices. Like the last fucking remnants of it. I've heard lots of weird rumors about the old schoolhouse. Hopefully Class 7 will be okay. God damn it. There's no need for worry, Monica. The festival must go on, and to that end we'll overcome any challenges that await us. Huh? You really don't know how to inspire confidence, don't you? Be careful, though. I'd hate to see you get hurt and miss out on all the fun tomorrow. I will. Don't worry. They're just rumors after all. Hey, AJ. Welcome to the stream. And besides, with monsters like Instructor Sarah on our side, everything's gonna turn out okay.
The other classes have been told to just stay in their dorms. Making plans for everyone to evacuate if it comes to that. Either way, don't worry about everyone else. I'm trained military academy students, same as you are.
Oh, is that Red Moon Rose?
You know these books?
Of course. It's a sweeping novel about legendary creatures known as vampires, published by the chapter. Though for reasons unknown, right as the book was completed, printing came to an untimely halt, making complete collections rather rare. Bye, Sky! As with any collectible, a small number of enthusiasts sought to obtain the full run of the book's printing. Alas, every last person who completed their collection met their end, and in ways far too gruesome to even speak of. You can't be serious. It's nothing more than a rumor. Perhaps you will be perfectly safe as you continue collecting. Or perhaps not.
This certainly doesn't sound like a run-of-the-mill novel, that's for sure.
Stories like that creep me out. Not even my darkest dreams did I imagine that you would end up collecting the entire run. Some of my fellow fans might even kill to be in your shoes.
Yeah, she's not even hiding how much she wants these. Maybe I should hand them over. Do you want them?
Oh, I never expected that you would offer. Did my story chill you so much that even the sight of them gives you shivers?
No, that's not it. I just thought they should belong to somebody who actually wanted them.
Thank you. It'll be my pleasure to take them off your hands. Rean headed over the complete run. It would hardly be fair to accept something so precious without offering you anything in return. Oh, I know. Perhaps this will suffice. Here you are. And we get a second submarine ore.
Is this a chunk of Zamurian ore?
I stumbled upon it while building up my collection of peculiar objects. I'm not able to do anything with it, so I offer it to you.
Right. Thanks.
I suppose we should be leaving then. No, we still have it, you guys.
Okay, my turn. I can do this.
Here we go.
It's only in Sky do you actually lose the books, I'm pretty sure. Look. Look. We still have it. See? We still have it. It's only in Sky do you lose the books and Crossbell.
I wonder what that sound is. It's the only one could talk about right now. The most pressing thing on my mind is tomorrow, though.
Yeah, Rean transposed it word for word into his notebook.
I'm gonna invite Bridget to the festival with me. I mean it.
Hell yeah, finally! Finally! Alan, you better do it.
I mean, all I need to say is, hey, you free tomorrow? What's so hard about that? Nothing! Yeah, no problem. I can totally do this. This might be our last chance.
Seriously, Alan, if you don't, I will be so pissed. I was about to sleep when that bell started ringing out of nowhere. What's going on? Oh man, I bet it's something cool. She says she's gonna get mad at me if I don't go take a bath. Why'd you have to call me out so late, Kay? We were told not to leave the dorms, but my curiosity got the better of me. Is this noise coming from the old schoolhouse's bell? When in the world happened, I wonder? It seemed that students were requested to stay in their dorms. When the world's happening, though, it's all making me rather uneasy.
I do hope this noise isn't an ill omen. Oh, Adios, please protect us.
I'm surprised there was no, like, final romance scene with any character.
What's going on here? This doesn't seem like part of the festival.
Oh my god, are you still fishing?
What's with this bell? It scattered all the fish.
Hilarious. Okay, we can't go inside people's houses.
A little too late just barging someone else's home. That's kind of weird in the daytime, too. Gotta get ready to go to the old schoolhouse anyway. Kay didn't waste a moment in heading outside to see what the fuss is about. He never can sit still, can he? Sorry about that. Do you need something? Come all the way here, so I'll just ask and I'll make it happen.
Do you have anything for me? Okay, so Imperial Chronicle 10 was the last one. We've never been able to go inside here.
Damn it. Those guys in Crossbell just gotta keep me on my toes. Huh? What do you want? Here to see we're closed? For any other day and I wasn't such a friendly guy, I'd tell you to get lost, but... I'll make an exception as long as you can shut off that damn bell the hell up. That's the plan. I wonder what work he was referring to earlier. He seemed really busy. God, why is it so noisy tonight? To make matters worse, I got this uneasy feeling in my gut I can't shake for the life of
Well, whatever. Just stop that damn bell for me, will you? I can't work like this.
Oh, yeah, that's totally not worth it. To get another shard, there's no way you can get that much U material. I wonder what's happening.
I'll go west at the academy. You stay here with Kurt.
I will. Be safe. No, you guys stay here. Do not go to the academy.
There's just something unpleasant about this bell. Wait, you're planning on looking into it? Well, we'll be careful.
What is all this? This can't be a part of the festival. Hopefully this won't mean that tomorrow is cancelled. Whatever it is. Sharon is in the dorm. Okay. It seems as though something terrible has occurred. Please leave the dorm in my care. I will protect it with my life, Master Rean. I wish you all luck. Hey, Teisel. What's that noise? I'm gonna take a look and see what it is, okay?
Okay, my Aunt Fanny. This has to be some kind of alarm, so stay in here. Even if it weren't, I wouldn't let you go outside where you still have it sleep.
We can still buy stuff from him.
Nothing going down at the academy? Look, I don't get it, but I'm here if you need anything. Got a pretty good stock, too.
I'm wide awake now. I'm a little tired after all the fun we had today, but still. I can't believe they snuck in an extra NPC rounds now. Like, seriously. Sound is rather unsettling. My apologies. We're still open for the day, so look around at your leisure. Oh my god, Emma was unequipped. What the fuck? Hello, Larpulius, welcome to the stream. We're probably not going to get the dungeon today. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, evergreen on fee. Yeah, that makes sense. Damn, who did I put evergreen on? Wait, do we have a grail locket? I don't think we have one. Oh wait, it's on Machias for some reason. Okay. Yeah, let's put that on Lisa. Yeah. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, it's up there for some reason. There we go. I already went in there. Let's go in the bar. Yeah, we're almost done with the rounds. It's just here on the radio station. Whew. Things are always so busy with the festival going on. Everyone's talking their heads off about all the good times they had there. Seemed I'd chase them all out. See if they wouldn't listen when I told them we were closing for the day.
Hey, I was just closing up for the day. Sounds like something's happening outside. What's going on? Well, it doesn't matter, the shop's closing. If you want something, better ask now.
Oh my god, people are actually in these dorms.
After much contemplation, my decision has been made. I will not return until Master Hugo's competition is over with. As a talented young man, I know they will emerge victorious.
Jeez. Oh my god! Holy shit! I'm so glad you guys are here!
Oh no, Anton's having fun again. Never mind him. There's a nice inn. I'm strangely familiar about it though. Oh, that's it. There was a bar in Bose with the same name.
Oh my god!
I just remember Anton burst into tears when he got rejected by this heavy drinker lady. Ah, memories.
Oh my god, did he hit on Shara or Ina? What? It's gotta be Shara. Oh my god. I had no idea that Anton hit on Shara, because Ina just stays in Roland.
That gorgeous maid's food is so good that I just had to ask for more to take home with me.
He's gonna stay here, isn't he? Because his goal is Sharon. He's just gonna keep trying to hit on Sharon. He's gonna stay here with Cold Steel too, isn't he?
This is too good. Trista really is like heaven.
Oh, yeah, the Ina quest. Yeah. That's right. It was Ina. That's right. It was an essay. Okay, that's right.
He's nice and happy right now, but it's an entirely different story when something gets him down. It's actually pretty funny seeing him going being on top of the world to crush under the weight of it.
Ricky, you are just like shadowing him. God. Are you actually his friend, Ricky? Like, seriously? You're just trying to watch like his comedy act.
I even get to see her again tomorrow. Oh, Ricky, life is worth living after all.
My God. I am so happy I went up here. So Ricky is gonna at least stay with us till Cold Steel 2, because of Sharon. Oh, we cannot go in the radio station. What appropriate NPCs to end on? I think there is one more set of NPC rounds. All right, but you know what, guys? To finish off the stream, let's read Red Moon Rose. We're finally gonna fucking do it. I promised I would read it today. We're gonna read it today. Chapter 1, The Red Moon. Our story begins in Erebonia during the Middle Ages, some 200 years ago. The War of the Lions had concluded in Restor Zamoria, and Emperor Drykel, the driving force behind its resolution, had been deceased for over a decade. So he died, actually, at the end of the war. Huh. The imperial capital, Heimdall, was a beautiful traditional city with rows of cheerful red brick buildings that earned it the nickname the Vermilion Capital. In one back alley of the city, however, a solemn moon reigned. Soldiers in military uniforms paced up and down, while a crowd of onlookers gathered to see what was going on. Oh, I see. They clung to the edges of the scene, refusing to disperse no matter how many times they were asked. At the center of the commotion lay a young woman. Her skin was shockingly pale, as if not a drop of blood ran through her veins. On her neck, 2 dark red spots stood out in stark contrast to the pallid flesh. Ah, she's a vampire. Seeing this, a middle-aged soldier let a loud sigh and took out his pocket watch. It was just after 6. He gave a curt order to his subordinates to find out who she was, and the woman's body was swiftly carried away from the curious stares of the gawkers. After watching her safely borne away, he noticed a younger soldier following the woman with his eyes as well.
Oh, Alphonse.
He tapped the young man on his shoulder. The soldier started, soon to realize that he was on duty.
Sorry, Gerard.
Somewhat flustered, Alphonse adjusted his beret, then hung his head apologetically. Though snapped from his reverie, it was clear he still had something on his mind.
I believe I've told you before to address me as sir when on duty. I am your commanding officer after all.
Gerard said jokingly. With a fond pat on the shoulder, Gerard reminded him to stay focused and left to give orders to the rest of his subordinates. Alphonse quickly returned to his post, silently grateful for Gerard's characteristically thoughtful gesture. Watching this exchange with another young soldier the same age as Alphonse. Scowling unpleasantly, he gave an audible tut. The girl's untimely demise, though shocking, so the vampire just killed her, was but one in a series of grisly murders that were the talk of the town. Most of the victims were young women who had been out at night, and they'd all met their ends through loss of blood. Or, put another way, their victims had died after having all the blood drained from their bodies. Furthermore, all the bodies which had been found had something else in common. Each had bite marks on their neck, as if they had been pierced by incredibly sharp fangs. It didn't take long for word of this to spread among the people of Heimdall, and all who heard the rumors were quick to think of this as one of the many ancient legends which existed in Erebonia. Specifically, the legend that described immortal monstrous creatures which roamed the land at night, feasting on the blood of humans. It was these very legends that eventually became the inspiration for the mass killing's new moniker, the Vampire Murders. And that night, after his duties were complete, Alphonse made his way to a small tavern tucked away in a corner of the capital by the name of Algeria to enjoy a late evening meal. As he sat down to his dinner, a pretty girl near his own age with a glossy chestnut ponytail studies him with obvious concern. Uh-oh. Sounds like she's gonna die.
So, how is it, Alfie? Is it nice? I hope so. I'm pretty happy with it, how it turned out.
The girl, Luca, had been Alphonse's friend since his arrival in Heimdall about 10 years prior. A shy, nervous smile tugged at her lips as she continued to watch him. Alphonse felt a hot flush creep up his neck under her intense gaze, but he forced himself to eat. The beef stew she had made had a simple yet comforting taste to it,
Yeah,
he assured her.
it's really good. You've really gotten the hang of this.
Luca relaxed at his words, and with a few quick self-conscious glares at the rest of the tavern customers, she seated herself opposite to him. Her courage seemed spent after this gesture, though, and they sat in awkward silence for some time until she managed a hesitant,
How's the work going these days?
At the word work, Alphonse's hand, which was carrying food to his mouth, instantly came to a halt. Despite the so-called vampire murders going on for quite some time, they have been unable to find a single clue to the culprit behind it all. The corpse of the woman from that afternoon flashed across his mind's eye, and the pleasant flavor of the stew died on his tongue. So young. She must have had family, friends, perhaps even a partner, just like anyone else. She had had her whole life ahead of her. And yet that life had been brought to a sudden end, just like so many others before her. What the criminal had done was unforgivable. But the reprehensible nature of the crime wasn't the only reason Alphonse was obsessed with this case. Though, sadly for him, there was very little he could do to solve it now that he'd been removed from the investigation team. Oh no! Oh good, I could actually go back. Oh, look at this technology. We can go back. We can go back in pages. Luca's soft voice brought him back from his thoughts. Oh, is he gonna die? One of these two is gonna die.
Alfie, just don't go overdoing it, okay?
Her kind words made Alphonse realize how tense his expression was to become. Her concern embarrassed him.
I'm fine. Honestly.
He said in what he hoped was a reassuring voice. Alphonse was a member of a unit of the Imperial Army, popularly known as the Garage Team, which was responsible for maintaining law and order in Heimdall. Gerard, the team's commanding officer, had long cared for Alphonse like a father. And it was his recommendation that led Alphonse to join the army and become a member of the team. Since then, he lived in a dormitory near the army's guardhouse. His meal at the tavern finished, he sketched Luca a quick goodbye and took his usual route back towards the dormitory. Ooh, is it him that's gonna die? An eerie red-colored moon hung full in the sky, bathing the brick buildings in a bewitching carmine glow. Walking along, Alphonse couldn't help but notice the number of people on the streets at night was much smaller as of late. Considering the culprit behind the vampire murder still hasn't been found. That was hardly surprising, though. And yet, despite the fact that barely anyone dared to take to the streets, new victims kept appearing one after another, as if to mock the soldiers who patrolled in the dead of night to keep them safe. The sense of fear in the city increased by the day, and was a deep unease shared by all. Even the soldiers. Silently, he swore to himself yet again that he would stop at nothing to catch whoever was responsible and bring them to justice.
Huh?
Suddenly, Alphonse stopped in his tracks, his troubled thoughts interrupted by the sight of an unaccompanied woman walking ahead of him. The deep shadows blanketing the path made it difficult to be certain, but she seemed unsteady on her feet. To his further surprise, she then turned and disappeared down an even darker back alley. Considering the ongoing vampire murders, it was hard to believe anyone could be so careless. With a resolute air, oh, is it a girl vampire? Alphonse set about following the woman, determined to call her out to her and try to prevent her from coming to any harm. He entered the back alley. Oh, it's him. He's gonna die. Oof. Gloom obscured all but the sharpest of angles. He squinted, willing his eyes to adjust. The soft outline of a woman's back took shape in the depths of the alley.
Excuse me, miss. I'm not sure if it's wise to be...
Alphonse forgot what he was going to say. Something was wrong. Slowly, the woman turned to face him. Her head hung limply to the side, long hair masking her face. A hint of eyes could be seen through the wild locks, but they held no focus, no awareness. She opened her mouth and moaned. Horrified by the disturbing figure before him, Alphonse froze. In an instant, she was on him. Arms outstretched, she lunged and seized his neck in a crushing grip. Taken completely by surprise, he fell backwards, the weight of her pinning him down. Slowly, methodically, she began to squeeze. He croaked. How could this seemingly lifeless woman be capable of such unnatural strength? No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't pry her hands around his windpipe. All his training, all his youthful strength, none of it seemed to count for anything against the unyielding claws. Her fingers dug deeper still. This already painful absence of air became indescribable agony. From his low vantage point, Alphonse was able to see more of the woman's face now. It swam in and out of view of his oxygen-starved brain, but her pale flesh was almost luminous against the darkness of the night. Her lips were chapped and colorless. As she squeezed, they began to take part in a hungry leer, the edges splitting. Dinner. Although Alphonse could barely understand what was happening, his instincts knew exactly what the woman was about to do. He bucked and writhed desperately in her grip, but her hold was too great. Black began seeping into his vision. Even as he remembered the saber felt to his waist, he was too weak to draw it. The blank-eyed woman thrust her face eagerly toward his neck. Teeth bared and mouth yawning wide, Alphonse began to close his eyes. Death seemed his only choice, but just then, the world in his fading view exploded. Oh, somebody blew up the vampire. Nice. Ah, yep, vampire hunter. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get some more honey. I have a feeling my voice is gonna go through it tonight. What I might do is do a little pause of the stream. If time becomes an issue, I might just do that thing before when I was facing the C boss. Because I do want to read all of Red Moon Rose today. 20 pages. Holy shit. The chapters in fucking in the previous books were much shorter. Chapter 2, Vampire Hunter. As the world blurred, he caught a fleeting glimpse of a geometric shape pass before his eyes. The sole of a boot moving at incredible speed. With a bone-crushing thud, the woman was thrown aside, and Alphonse field of vision filled with the night sky. Alucard is here! Freed from the woman's grasping fingers, he coughed furiously, sucking as much fresh air as his tortured throat could manage.
Are you all right?
Asked a clear voice beside him. Oh, it's a woman! Okay. Are you all right? Asked a clear voice beside him. Source of it was a second woman, who he was certain had not been there moments ago. She wore a navy blue overcoat, all badass, paired with a matching navy blue beret. Her ash blonde hair reached as far as her neck, and her features were dignified. They still retained clear vestiges of childlike innocence. Attica, oh my god! Is there gonna be a love triangle here? Oh my god! At a guess, she's gonna be roughly the same age as Alphonse himself. Still busy processing the recent events, Alphonse made no reply to her query. The woman watched him for some time before coolly stating, "You appear to be mostly uninjured, at least. I'm glad to have arrived in time." Seemingly satisfied he would survive, she turned away and studied the crumpled form of the woman who had attacked him. "That," she said with a note of distaste, "is a ghoul. A thing a person becomes after their blood has been drained by a vampire." As she spoke, she kicked her left boot against the ground. The tap, tap, tap seemed to punctuate each word. It appeared to be the boot that she had used to kick the woman, ghoul, away from him. As he followed the wrestling drumming of her boot, he suddenly thought, "Vampire? I have no issue with you idling about, but I would prefer it if you stood aside before doing so. You're in my way." Her words were sharp, but no sooner had she said them than a creaking sound filled the area. The ghoul, which had been motionless on the ground while they were talking, was now slowly rising. Its contorted body lifted from the cobblestones, using only the power of its legs. It was a grotesque spectacle and utterly unnatural. As if the ghoul was bothered by the earlier blow, it showed no sign. Oh. Technology. Without warning, the ghoul suddenly kicked at the ground like a wild beast and propelled itself toward them. Alphonse jerked to his feet and leaped forward to shield the blonde woman. The exact moment the ghoul's nails reached Alphonse, the blonde woman behind him calmly put her hand in her overcoat pocket. In one smooth motion, she drew something out of it. It was a long, thin rapier. Its surface was a radiant silver polished to a mirror-like shine that reflected the smoldering glow of the red moon. Without a moment's hesitation, she thrust the rapier forward. Its pointed end flew past his neck, piercing the ghoul's throat effortlessly. With an equally smooth motion, she withdrew the blade. The ghoul fell to the ground and didn't move again. The menacing aura had been radiating disappeared into nothing. Alphonse soon fixed to the spot, dumbfounded by what he had just witnessed. A small trickle of blood ran down his neck where the rapier had grazed it. "I do believe I told you to stand aside. I suppose you must not have heard me." Sighing, she took the ghoul's blood from her weapon before returning it to its scabbard. "After all, if you had heard me and acted that way, regardless, I would be forced to conclude that you are most foolish indeed." Her blunt words and composed expression finally brought Alphonse back to his senses.
I was just trying to keep you from getting hurt. But never mind that. What's going on here anyway? Who are you? Why was that woman trying to...
He had intended to finish his sentence with the words, "eat me," but the possibility of what might have been was too terrifying to voice. What was clear to him was that the woman before him had saved his life and stabbed the ghoul to do so. Looking at Alphonse's confused expression as he wrestled with the situation, she gave a resigned sigh. "You appear to be a member of the military. I presume, then, that you are familiar with the so-called vampire murders?"
Yeah, of course.
Well then, if I were to tell you that those vampire murders really are the work of a vampire, would you believe me? Alphonse gaped at her.
What?
Without answering, she turned away from him and walked over to the ghoul. Gently, she lifted it from the ground so Alphonse could get a good look at the face. What had been a terrifying creature just moments ago was now a woman again. Her expression was completely peaceful. It was hard to believe she was the same woman who attacked him earlier. Look closely here, the blonde woman instructed. She pointed at the corpse's neck, specifically at 2 red dots on its surface. They're completely consistent with the marks on all the other victims of the vampire murders. It certainly looks like a vampire bite, wouldn't you say? She said this as if it was the most obvious thing in the world. Alphonse still looked puzzled, but she ignored him and continued. Humans who die as a result of having their blood sucked by a vampire become ghouls, who then try to feast on other humans. This sword, she said, tapping the scabbard, has been blessed by the church, and is capable of putting them to rest. Her words brought the bizarre spectacle he had just witnessed back to the front of his mind. While he was interested in the church part of her statement, he had a more pressing question to ask. Oh, is she like a Gralsritter?
You're seriously saying this was the work of a vampire? You really expect me to believe something so ridiculous?
Whether you choose to believe it or not, it is the truth. A very unfortunate truth, but the truth nonetheless. She said the same in the same cool, disinterested tone. Alphonse struggled with it. The truth as she presented it beggared belief, and yet everything she said added up and seemed consistent. It was equally hard to believe that everything was a lie. He subconsciously touched his throat. The ache there only bolstered her position. He found himself willing to believe her. There is a vampire in this city. Of that I am certain. And I, she continued, placing a hand on her chest, am here to put an end to it. A bit like Julia. The uniform is a bit like Julia, but her hair is very different. A period of silence followed. Undeterred, the woman began to talk again. Still, this is not an ordinarily a matter that laymen should be involved with, so I recommend that you forget all you have seen and heard here. And I would prefer, she added with a meaningful glance, if you kept all of this to yourself as well. She turned to walk away.
Wait!
Alphonse called out to her. He swallowed, stood a little straighter.
Will you allow me to help you?
The blonde woman came to an abrupt halt. She turned her head to look at him. It was clear that his sudden question had caught her off guard. Slowly, she faced him completely. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting you to propose something quite that ludicrous. What could I possibly stand to gain by allowing you to help me? Her tone was as sharp as ever, but Alphonse was unfazed.
Around 10 years ago, both of my parents were killed. They died in the exact same way as the victims of the vampire murders.
Ooh, snap. Shock showed through the woman's normally blank expression. Alphonse continued.
I don't remember much about that day, but there's one thing I can't forget. One thing I'll never be able to forget.
As he spoke, the memory vividly returned vividly to him. Roughly 10 years ago, Alphonse and his family had lived in a village in a remote region of the Empire. Oh wow, it's kind of like Rean. His father was a member of the army, serving in a unit station nearby, but it was an uneventful post, and they lived a quiet life. It was as normal and peaceful an existence as one could have, until that fateful day when Alphonse returned from playing outside. It was then that he saw a sight that would be burned into his memories, his dreams forever. There in his home, he found the corpses of his parents laying in a room stained with blood. Their bodies had been drained, and their necks were marked by strange bites. The incident was so unpleasant and bizarre that even then there were those that believed it was the work of a vampire. The army conducted an investigation, but unable to find any clues that would lead to a suspect. And eventually the case was deemed unsolvable. Left with no living family, Alphonse was taken in by his father's best friend and fellow soldier in the army Gerard, and ended up living in Heimdall. One suspect is Gerard himself. I wonder. He is a suspect. Like, I'm not saying it was him, but like, out of people to suspect, it seems possible. And what she was saying was true, and vampires really did exist. Then maybe one was actually responsible for his parents' deaths. But the look on her face seemed she too thought that could be the case. Alphonse shook his head, though. It was more for himself.
It doesn't really matter if it's the work of a vampire or not. I feel as though by solving this case, I'll finally be able to move on from what happened that day. That's why...
Another long silence fell between them. The blonde woman seemed to be deep in thought, and Alphonse waited patiently for a reply. Eventually, she let out a short sigh. As part of the army, you have access to restricted information on the murders. Perhaps your assistance might allow me to find the vampire more quickly. She put her hand inside her coat, took out a short sword with the same silvery glow as the rapier she used earlier. Hey, now you can do it too. This will allow you to fight against ghouls and vampires. If you'll be cooperating with me, I expect you to protect yourself. Alphonse glanced at her face. Her expression clearly said she wouldn't brook any nonsense. His resolve would need to be firm and unwavering, and he would need to be prepared to encounter more ghouls like the one from before. Furthermore, he would have to be ready to face the vampire that lurked in the city once and for all. With a resolute air, he accepted the sword from her.
My name's Alphonse, but everyone just calls me Al.
The blonde woman looked down her now empty hand, and the corners of her lips crooked up slightly. So he reached the edges of the skirt underneath her coat and gave him a respectful curtsy. Ooh, oh my God, shades of Carnelia here. My name is Rose. I imagine that our time together will be brief, but I look forward to working with you nonetheless. Damn. Oh, accidentally backdate. She is the Red Moon Rose. Oh my God. Chapter 3, Foreboding. Hold on, I'm just gonna take another little drop of honey. Just keeping my throat in check since I'm reading a full-on book. Hold on. $30 pages? What? You could print this book out and it would be the length of a real fucking book. My God. Jesus Christ. This is like a legitimate novel. The next morning, Alphonse found himself in the commanding officer's, Gerard's, office. He had come to request permission to independently investigate the vampire murders. Gerard scratched his head before giving Alphonse a questioning look. His eyes filled with the kind of vitality one would expect from a much younger man.
You want to pursue that case all on your own?
Alphonse cleared his throat nervously. He was well aware that what he was asking was completely unreasonable.
Not on my own. A civilian has agreed to help me conduct my investigation. The two of us will be working together.
It sounded pretty weak to him, but Rose had been adamant that they keep the truth of the matter to themselves.
It wouldn't be to the benefit of society for the existence of vampires to become widely known.
She had insisted. Oh, that's him. That's her saying in flashback. Is the longest book in all of Trails? Whoa! It wouldn't be to the benefit of society for the existence of vampires to become widely known, she had insisted. As such, try and arrange for us to be able to investigate the murders by ourselves, without interruption. Aside from a cool farewell for now, those had been her last words before disappearing into the night. And what she said made sense. There was simply no way that Gerard would believe the vampires existed, even if it was his surrogate son trying to persuade him. After all, despite seeing a ghoul with his very own eyes, part of Alphonse still wanted to believe that it had all been a dream. To compound the problem further, for reasons that Alphonse wasn't privy to, Rose seemed opposed to anything other than investigating the matter covertly. As such, her joining the team formed to officially investigate the murders was off the table. Alphonse was therefore left with no choice but to propose two of them investigate together in secret. Alphonse was not surprised, then, to see Gerard's less than willing expression.
Listen, Al. As your guardian, I've got a responsibility to look after you. That's why I want to raise you to be a fine soldier. And why I don't want you putting your life in danger for no good reason.
Alphonse flushed. He had already been removed from the team investigating the murders, as well as taken off night patrol duty. Gerard was well aware of his fixation with the case. That was exactly why he was afraid that Alphonse might end up going too far in his attempts to solve it and get injured, or worse.
Gerard, sir, I understand exactly what you've been trying to say, and I appreciate your concern, but...
Seeing Alphonse's determination, Gerard hesitated. The boy standing before him was calm with clear eyes. Where previously there had been recklessness, now purpose and resolve seemed to rule. After a lengthy silence, he let out a sigh of resignation.
You really do take after your father.
He smiled fondly, but quickly switched to his official commanding officer voice.
I expect you to give your utmost to successfully solving the mystery behind these murders. However, I will approve of this mission only on the condition that you report daily on the results of your investigation.
Alphonse almost responded in his usual casual tone, but caught himself just in time. He coughed, cleared his throat, and stood to attention. Gerard chuckled.
Just be sure not to put yourself needlessly in danger, understood? And if anything happens, inform me immediately.
Yes, sir.
Alphonse gave a deep bow, grateful for his guardian's kindness. I see that everything went well. That is good news. Like, we have chapters within the fucking chapter here. My God. Like, this would have been the end of the chapter in, like, an old Trails book. The two of them were in the corner of the shopping district, where the first victim of the vampire murders had been found. It was the middle of the day, but the alleyway in which they stood was gloomy and draped in shadows by the looming buildings that surrounded it. The second he had stepped in the narrow passageway, road as if it had appeared out of nowhere, just like the previous day. But because the place where Alphonse had been attacked by the ghoul the previous night was currently under investigation by the Gerard team, they thought it best to steer clear of it for the rest of the day. As such, they had decided to examine the scene of an earlier murder instead. Unlike the previous night, Rose had neither her coat nor her sword with her. Instead, she wore a simple dress in the local style. Anyone seeing her for the first time wouldn't be able to tell that she was anything more than a perfectly ordinary girl. According to Rose, neither vampires nor ghouls were able to operate in daylight, and thus battle-ready wear was unnecessary. Everyday clothing had also the benefit of allaying suspicion by blending in, she said. It was fine logic in theory, but with Alphonse still garbed in his military uniform, they made for an unusual pairing. As such, Alphonse could not but resound a sigh of relief when he realized just how few people were in the surrounding area. Scene of the first murder still less solemn air about it. Alphonse set about scouring the area, and as he mused over the case details involving the victim, a question came to mind.
Thinking about it, I never heard about any of the earlier victims turning into ghouls. Is that because you've been defeating them?
Rose shook her head. No. In previous cases, I was able to purify the bodies with thaumaturgy before they turned into ghouls. I would rather not harm the bodies of the deceased if I can help it. Thaumaturgy, as Rose explained it, was the collective name for special techniques used by a small number of people belonging to the Septian Church. Yeah, that's their non-orbment magic. Yeah. So she's like a Gralsritter, it feels like. I wonder if we'll ever get to meet her. The power of thaumaturgy was also apparently the reason why Rose's rapier and Alphonse's short sword were capable of defeating ghouls and vampires. Curious, Alphonse asked Rose if she was connected to the church, to which she responded, "Feel free to think of it that way." Huh. Interesting response. He itched. Oh, that's right. Story takes place 200 years ago. That's true. So we'd never be able to see her. Yeah, that's true. He itched to probe more on the subject, but she began explaining the particulars about ghouls, so he let it drop. Since the murders had started, it seemed the time it took for a corpse to turn into a ghoul was decreasing with every kill. Alphonse's encounter with the ghoul the previous night was the first occasion that she had been unable to purify the victim in time. As such, she had been left with no choice but to fight. Still, that possibility was well within my expectations. It's not the first time it has happened that, after all. That someone like yourself would appear and try to get involved certainly wasn't, however. God damn it, I can't laugh with this stupid remnants of the cold. That's pissing me off. Rose said with a giggle, causing Alphonse's ears to turn pink at the tips.
Anyway,
He said, crouching down to inspect the ground level. Oh, yeah, this is before ornaments were invented. That's right.
have you managed to gather anything about the culprit from your previous investigations?
Rose nodded. Judging by the bite marks left on the victims, I believe that the vampire is likely male. Furthermore, despite victims being found all across the city, the bite marks look the same as one another. That suggests the work of a single vampire. Beyond that, however, Rose fell silent.
Is something bothering you?
Alphonse asked without thinking. Yes, actually. It may be possible that the vampire lurking in this city is... She stopped mid-sentence. Her gaze was focused on something behind Alphonse. Turning around, he saw a young man in a military uniform much like himself, with someone he knew.
Elroy, what are you doing here? I was about to ask you the same thing.
The other man grumbled. Elroy was a fellow member of the Garage team who had joined from the same time as Alphonse did. That, combined with the two being roughly the same age, One might expect them to get along well, but in reality, they usually end up arguing about everything. It had been like that for almost as long as Alphonse had known him.
I'd heard you formed a separate team to check up on the murders, but I had no idea it was just a pretext to be meeting a woman during working hours.
Elroy sneered. Alphonse stifled his annoyance. At least it seemed as if the other man hadn't overheard their earlier conversation. Clearing his throat, Alphonse said evenly,
She's a civilian who's assisting with my investigation, so knock it off. And you? What are you doing here? Nothing in particular. I just happened to be passing by. We gotta patrol a much wider area now thanks to all this vampire nonsense.
Alphonse stood and gave him a cold look.
Watch what you're saying. People in this area have lost family and friends because of these murders.
Elroy snorted and cast an uncaring glance at the spot where the first victim had been found.
I mean, seriously? Vampire murders? We're supposed to be the Imperial Army, not a bunch of country bracers. Are we seriously considering the possibility that fairy tale creatures like that exist? And besides, what kind of idiot goes out at night when there's a serial killer on the loose? They were asking for it if you ask me.
Damn! I wonder if he's a red herring.
People need to stay in their damn homes and stop making more work for us. You son of a...
Enraged by the sheer callousness of Elroy's words, Alphonse started towards him, or tried to, rather. Strong, unyielding fingers held him by the arm. Completely expressionless and without so much as a glance to Elroy, Rose whispered, "Arguing with him serves no purpose. That time would be better spent investigating." She spoke calmly, but her words were sharp and dismissive. What she said was right, though, and hearing it was enough for Alphonse to cool his jests. As she said, "They have more important things to be doing." He had sworn that he would solve these murders and put the past behind him, and that needed to be his foremost priority. He took a deep breath to regain his composure. The reassuring weight of the silver sword in his uniform further reminded him of what he needed to do. Watching them, Elroy gave a bored, derisive laugh.
Oh, and civilian helper or whatever you are. Don't go wandering around night either. Last thing the army needs is more dead bodies to clean up.
And with a mocking wave, he left them. Again, another chapter within the chapter. Jesus Christ. After the... Elroy seems like he's too obvious to be a suspect. He seems way too obvious. I think he's a red herring. After their inspection of the first crime scene, Alphonse and Rose spent the remainder of the day scrutinizing the scenes of second and third murders. But in the end, their search yielded no fruit. After reporting their progress to Gerard, he made his way to the Algeria, where he'd promised to meet Rose to discuss how they would proceed with their investigation. The city around him was bathed in the orange glow of the setting sun when Alphonse finally stepped into the sparsely populated tavern. He found Rose sitting at a table near one of the windows. Once again, she was wearing the navy coat from their first meeting. It seemed safe to assume the rapier she used last night was inside it, too. "Evening," she called out to him. "I was expecting you to be here sooner." Alphonse didn't reply. He was too busy staring at the girl sitting opposite her. Oh boy! Here we go with the rivals.
What's wrong, Luca?
Luca turned at the sound of her name, eyes so wide and moist that tears threatened to fall at any moment. Alfie, just what is this woman to you?
What?
Perplexed, he looked over in Rose's direction, as if seeking an explanation. Rose favored him with a bland expression. Oh my god! All I did was walk into this tavern and state, I would like an out-of-the-way table to discuss the future with Al. And she's been pressing me with endless questions ever since. Oh my god, this is amazing. She sighed and shrugged her shoulders as if she understood the situation no better than Alphonse did. Saying this, he let out an even greater sigh. Before Luca could launch into another interrogation, Alphonse set about explaining Rose's role as a civilian helper aiding an army investigation, and after several reassurances, he was eventually able to clear up the misunderstanding. Luca's relief seemed to fill her with renewed energy. Cheerfully, she bounded up from their table and made her way to the back of the tavern again. With her departure, so left the gazes of the other curious and amused patrons. Rose and Alphonse began to discuss their investigation. Vampires, Rose elaborated, were only able to use their powers at night. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, vampires are vampires are pretty strong in this universe. They can be in the day without being dead. They just don't have their powers during the day. During the day, they were no different from ordinary humans. Unfortunately, this meant that even if they were to encounter one, it's totally Gerard. It's totally fucking Gerard. If they hoped to end the murders, they would first need to find some kind of clue as to the vampire's true identity. At one point during the conversation, Alphonse went pale at the thought that they might have to exhume the corpses of previous victims in order to investigate them. But Rose assured him that would not be necessary. To his great relief, she had already checked them thoroughly for clues. Even that gruesome task had yielded little more information than the similarities between the bite marks, though. Their vampire foe was a cunning one. The number of bodies and lack of clues all pointed toward a careful killer. More than likely was living right there among them as an ordinary human. Oh, okay, that's another suspect. Luca is also a suspect. Yeah, Luca is a suspect too. I'd say those are the two main suspects. Because Elroy seems way too red herring. Elroy just seems way too much like a red herring. Even though she said the vampire is likely a dude, I still think it's possible for it to be Luca. No, wait, but didn't he say he grew up with Luca? So I don't think it would be her if he grew up with Luca. So yeah, Gerard seems to be the biggest suspect. After working their way through the simple meal that Luca brought them, Rose casually glanced at the back of the tavern. Ooh, here we go, love triangle stuff. You seem rather close to that girl, she murmured. It took a few moments for Alphonse to realize who Rose was referring to.
Yes, I suppose you could say that. I've known her for 10 years now, after all.
He had first met Luca when he was brought to Heimdall by Gerard. Heimdall, sorry. Oh, well, oh, here we go. Initially, he had stayed in a house near the tavern, and being brought by it often, the two of them quickly became friends. As an orphan, Luca's support over the years meant more to him than words could express. Telling Rose all of this, Alphonse could feel his cheeks heating. He began fidgeting awkwardly. Ooh, oh, wow. I'm a little envious, Rose said. As she spoke, Alphonse noticed a change in her expression and tone. Usually she said things sharply or with a tone of an air of cool detachment. Her face also rarely betrayed her inner thoughts. Now, though, he thought he caught a hint of loneliness. Unable to let this pass unnoticed, Alphonse opened his mouth to comment. Oh, wow. I love this. Suddenly, Rose jumped out of her seat. Her chair fell to the ground with a crash. Once again, the two of them began searching for a room full of gazes. But she paid that fact no mind, stared out of the window, her eyes open wide.
What is it? What's wrong?
Alphonse whispered loudly.
It's nearby. I can sense it. It? What do you mean?
The vampire! She hissed. Okay, so it's probably not Luca. Wait a minute. The sun just went down. So if it is Luca, her powers would have activated. Ooh. Huh. No sooner as she said it, she raced over to the tavern's owner, who was busy at the back of the building. Alphonse chased after her. He'd never seen her in such a panicked state before.
Where's the young lady who was here earlier?
Rose asked the puzzled tavern owner. She didn't have any idea who she was referring to. Oh my god! Oh, it could either... Oh, it really could be Luca. It was then that Alphonse realized he didn't see Luca anywhere, and hadn't seen her since she brought them to their food half-hour before. After telling this to the owner, he finally seemed to realize what he was being asked. Oh, or she's being attacked. That's also possible.
Now that you mention it, I would have expected her to be back by now. I asked her to run an errand over the grocery store opposite here.
Alphonse and Rose exchanged a glance and each instantly understood what the other was thinking. Overcome with a sense of great foreboding, two of them rushed out the shop without saying a word. Too exciting. The Black Vampire. Two people ran through the streets of Heimdall, down cobblestones dewed with moonlight. And the lead was Rose, her navy blue coat flapping in the wind just like the wings of a hawk as she pursued their foe. Just behind her in Shockberry's speed was Alphonse, head whipping left and right as he searched for Luca. There had been no sign of her on the short path between the tavern and the grocery store, which had apparently been sent. When Rose sensed the ominous presence of the vampire outside the tavern, she immediately set about following him. Alphonse didn't know what kind of trail she had picked up, but she flew down streets and narrow paths without hesitation, as if following a puppet strings back to its master. To find his friend, they now followed the vampire, spurred by the terrible certainty the two were connected. Ah! The sound of a piercing shriek filled the air, sending a chill up Alphonse's spine and freezing him to the spot. There was no mistaking its owner. It was Luca's voice.
Luca!
Alphonse cried.
Where are you?
The scent is coming from this way, Rose called before rushing down a narrow alleyway. Alphonse followed, stumbling over his own feet in his desperate attempt to keep up with her. He could barely breathe from running so much, but he ignored the tightness in his chest and sped on. Kicking aside boxes and garbage piled here and there on the path, he eventually reached the other side of the alleyway and emerged into a neighboring street. In it stood someone, or something. It was draped in a black overcoat, the upper half of its head wrapped in a large cloth. Not even its eyes were visible. The only part of the body that remained uncovered was the bottom half of its face. Ooh, okay, so it's like masked. Okay, so they can't see what he looks like. Bottom half of his face, a deathly pale expanse of flesh with a twisted smile at its center. At first glance, it almost seemed human. Alphonse was not fooled. This is it, he thought. This is the vampire. But then he realized the black-clad figure was holding something in its arms. Luca. Uh-oh. Just that realization hit. So yeah, I'm thinking it's probably Gerard. Just that realization hit. The vampire's rictus of a grin yawned wide as it opened its jaws. Alphonse caught a fleeting glimpse of beast-like fangs, too long, too sharp to be human. Seeing them, Alphonse instantly recalled the bite marks on the murder victim's necks. As he watched horrified, those needle-like tendons toward Luca's throat. Rose was the first to act. In a movement so fast he could barely track it, she withdrew several thin objects inside of her cloak and threw them at the vampire. Alphonse remembered showing him them part of her vampire hunting kit. The knives flashed in the moonlight as they sped toward the creature. As about to sink its fangs into Luca, the vampire turned towards them, dodging the knives just in time. Luca fell to the ground, and the vampire jumped high into the air, descending just behind Alphonse. Uh-oh. It happened so fast, Alphonse was still staring at the spot the vampire had been when it landed silently behind him. The creature that was terrorizing Heimdall, the murderer of countless women, the thing that attacked Luca, who was so close. Anger overrode fear. Alphonse clasped the hilt of his military saber and drew it. He spun around, slashing horizontally across the vampire's chest. The blade made contact. The vampire laughed. Uh-oh. Alphonse watched transfixed as the wound on the creature's chest healed. The next instant, the vampire punched his right fist out toward the pit of Alphonse's stomach at incredible speed. The impact was so great that it forced him back, expelling all the air from his lungs. And while he was able to protect his vital organs, he still suffered the full brunt of the blow. He doubled over in agony. "Get down!" Rose cried from out behind him. With no choice but to obey as best he could, he let himself fall limply to the ground. As he did, the stir of air from Rose's lightning-fast rapier ruffled his hair as it passed. The vampire didn't laugh this time. Perhaps sensing danger from the rapier's silver radiance, it threw up its left arm in defense. The blade pierced flesh, and Rose followed through with her strike, skewering the limb right through the other side. Okay, this is going to be a tell. This is going to be a tell. And the ship stopped just before reaching the creature's chest. White smoke poured from the wound. Unlike Alphonse's attack earlier, it seemed Rose's had actually been able to damage it. Rose tried to move the sword, but it stuck fast. The vampire smiled again.
So you must be the vampire hunter responsible for sealing those ghouls.
She ignored him and tried the sword again.
I had heard that many of my brethren had fallen at the hands of a vampire hunter.
He continued in a low, sibilant voice.
But I certainly did not expect the hunter in question to be a mere girl.
Rose gave a derisive laugh. Brethren, I think you'll find that word is meant for humans, not beasts like your kind. Damn. The vampire hissed and she bared her teeth at it as they both fought for control of the sword. Rose tried pushing forward, urging the blade on while Vampire kept muscles in his forearms rigid as steel to thwart her movement, rigid as cold steel. Still lying on the ground, Alphonse gathered just enough strength to begin crawling his way to Luca's side. When he reached her, a quick check lessened the mad pounding of his heart. She was unconscious but otherwise unharmed. Relief watched over him. Rose's voice brought Alphonse back to the situation at hand. She and the vampire were still locked together, each refusing to yield. If we were to stay here like this until morning, your power would be sure to weaken significantly. I'll be happy to spend the night with you until then, if you wish. Damn, she suggested to it. It made an unsettling sound somewhere between a snort and a laugh.
I'm afraid I will have to refuse your kind proposal, my beautiful lady. Not least because, thanks to you and your pitiful human friend, my evening meal has been rather spoiled.
He's gonna turn into a bat, or mist form, I guess. As it uttered those words, the vampire's outline began to blur. Alphonse blinked rapidly, trying to clear his vision, but it was no trick of the shadows. The creature's form was dissipating into a fine black mist. The black mist! Though its mouth was disappearing like the rest of it, its voice somehow carried on.
Should either of you ever seek to disturb my dinner again, I hope you are prepared for consequences.
And then it was gone. Silence fell. Gradually, Alphonse got used to the pain in his chest from the vampire's blow. He counted it good fortune that he only lost his breath and not broken any bones. With a final steadying wheeze, he hoisted the unconscious Luca on his back and rose slowly to his feet.
I guess that's not the end of our vampire, then,
he said unhappily. Rose was inspecting her sword for damage. Finding none, she returned it to its sheath. Turning their body to mist is one of the many abilities vampires have. It escaped from us this time, but I expect it'll take some days for its left arm to heal. At the very least, I think it's safe to assume that no one else will be attacked tonight.
It sounds like vampires are unbelievable foes to be up against. That's a relief, though, at least. Still,
he added,
you're pretty unbelievable yourself.
Oh, and Luca's right there. Rose shook her head. Ooh. Their loss obviously rankled her. Next time, she said with cold steel in her voice, it won't get away. I'm going to find some stronger equipment, and I will finish it for good. Alphonse nodded. Next time they would have it. They might not have been able to defeat the vampire, but at the very least they had earned a short respite from danger, having saved Luca and prevented another murder from occurring. And without Rose's assistance, none of it would have been possible.
Thank you, Rose. If you hadn't been here...
She cut him off with a dismissive wave of the hand. There is no reason to thank me. I was simply doing my duty. Dejected, Alphonse fell silent. But these murders are not over yet. We'll need to discover the true identity of the vampire for that to happen.
Yes,
He said at length.
you're right. Either way, we should go and investigate another crime scene tomorrow like we discussed earlier.
Indeed. Farewell for now. And with that, she left. She didn't even wait for Alphonse's response. A fact that left him feeling even more downhearted, considering all they had been through that night. Oh my god. Luca is going to be so pissed. Afterwards, Alphonse took Luca to her home. As he walked, she finally woke up. Finding herself on his back, she flushed and stammered her way through his questions. She remembered nothing of what happened to her, it seemed. Thank God for her. Unable to tell her the truth, Alphonse simply said that he had found her collapsed outside. It's possible, probably just fatigue from work, he told her. Thankfully, she seemed convinced. All the while, as he tried to feign cheerfulness to put her at ease, his mind was still focused on the battle earlier. He hadn't stood a chance against the vampire. He'd even forgotten the silver short sword Rose had given him. In the heat of battle, he'd simply fallen back to his military training as a saber, for all the good that had done. While he had at least been able to avoid getting in Rose's way, he felt ashamed as an Imperial soldier. Next time, he swore to himself, he would not let her down. He would help bring an end to all the murders once and for all. As Alphonse hardened his resolve that night, Rose navigated the dark streets alone, her mind fixated on the past. Sight of Alphonse on the ground after being struck by the vampire, the image of his friend who had almost lost her life and turned into a ghoul. The vision of that one cursed memory she desperately sought to forget. Ooh, what's happening? Now we get to see Rose's past. Am I on the verge of making the same mistake a second time? She wondered aloud. She stopped in her tracks, brow furrowed and expression meek, and looked up to where the crimson moon hung like a great malevolent eye in the sky. Damn, 28. Okay, you guys. I think we're actually... I did not realize how long this book was. I think we're gonna have to stop for today and read the rest next time. Please, tomorrow remind me to make my ultimate weapons. But yeah, holy shit, I did not think the book would be that long. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll read the rest of it next time. Oh my god. Which is tomorrow. So don't worry. And we'll probably start the dungeon as well. So, until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.